Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts, and welcome to my craft room. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I'm going to show you whatever I've been working on in the craft room. And at the end, if you hang out for a little while, you might hear some chitter chatter about what's going on in my life. I don't believe I showed you my finished dishcloth last week, so I have one of those, which means that I have started a new one. Just for a little bit. I haven't worked on it very much this week at all. I've had plenty of other things to keep myself occupied. And one of those things that I was knitting on is the shawl. I've been having fun working on this. I'd like to do 2 rows a day. Some days I can do 3 or 4, and other days I only do 1. So by the end of the week it kind of balances out, I would hope. I am in the middle of a row because I decided, even though I'd only gotten this far, that I was way too tired to work on this. And I didn't want to have any issues. So there it is, coming along really nicely. This is the bottom. We're working our way up to the top. I still have plenty of yarn left. I finished another section on the charts, so I'm on to the next one, and I think I only have 2 more sections before I just do some basic knitting and just keep on going and going and going. The top half of this shawl, it has a few scattered raindrops where you have more down here, and then at the top you just have a few, and at the very, very top it's just straight knitting. So that should be quick and easy. Now it's a little skirt. The other knitting I picked up is Robbie socks. I like to work on them concurrently, so I do have 2 of them going. Last time we spoke, this one was down here, so I have got the heel all set up. I've gone ahead, I do the fleagle heel, so that means that I'm going to be adding extra stitches onto the bottom of the foot where the heel is, and now I'm going to start the point where I have to bring it all back together to get to my original count. And on this sock, I am still increasing for the heel, but I have gone ahead and put another good chunk on it. A little bit more on this sock than that sock, but that is okay because I still have to finish the heel on this one. I do have plenty of yarn left for Robbie's socks, although I will knit as much as yarn as I can and get the leg as long as possible. This yarn I haven't showed you in a while. This is just a Bernat Socks yarn. It is 60% acrylic and 40% nylon, so this is going to go through the washer and dryer really easy for him. Robbie's not going to do any hand washing of his socks or anything like that, so whatever I make for him, it needs to withstand going through the washer and dryer and being worn outside and just rough and tough stuff. That's it for the knitting. With the tote bags last week that I showed you, I did have some extra fabric left over, so I made 3 pouches. You're only seeing 2 because the 3rd pouch I sent away with one of the pouches that I made. Just a simple zipper pouch, a little coin pouch. I used the same fabric that I'd had at the contrast for that. This is when I was trying to decide if I liked to have this grid work on it, and it probably would work out good if it was in a different color thread. The fabric, I could have gone this way to make it for a coin purse, but I thought, well, let me try a little bit of a longer one. I don't think it's going to fit glasses. It could, let me see. Oh, yep, look, it's long enough to make glasses, so you could put some sunglasses in here. But I thought it might be fun to just put something taller in, maybe some pencils or makeup stuff or whatever. Sometimes it's fun to just have a different shape or different size pouch. Along the lines with the one missing, I had made 2 of these for last week. The extra one has already been sent to its new owner, and it's sitting at their house now, I'm pretty sure. Just made a couple of project bags. I did make, since I had the fabric out, it's like you may as well make 2, right? One for your custom order and one for the shop. I just used this crackled fabric for the inside. This is the fun pigs flying fabric with a black bottom. This one is listed in the shop down below in the description if you're interested. These are in the pile of things that need to be listed. Along with this one that we worked on a little bit last week. This is the one you saw last Friday when I was showing you how to make these pumpkins and get them onto the pouch. This Friday coming up, you will see part 2 of it. I'm sorry if that confused anyone. Part 2 is coming up this week on Friday, where I show you how to install the zippers and how to actually make this into a pouch. Once again, this is in the bin of things that need to go in the shop. I just haven't had a chance to sit down at the computer this week to put any of these things into the shop. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll go ahead and get them in there right away for you. And since I had extra pumpkins left over, I turned them into these little coin pouches. I've got these pumpkins on the back for this one with the same yellow lining. Gray zipper. This one's got an olivey yellowy green zipper. This is more of it's got more of a darker green into it than you're seeing here, but I did use some of the fun fabric on the back of this one, and it still has the bright yellow for the inside. These just ended up being whatever shape they were of the fabric that I had. These are also going into the shop. This is the one we were going to be working on this Friday, just to give you a little bit of a preview. You probably already saw this on last Friday's video, but it is all set to go, and once I finish this video, I'm going to go ahead and start recording for this one. It's just sitting here on my table, so I just thought I'd show you guys again. A lot of you were saying that you're going to turn yours into apples and make them for teachers' gifts, and I think that is a great idea. I think this would be really fun as red apples or even green apples. And then the last thing that I was working on is pouches for an order. These are for a friend of mine. She sent me the fabrics. As you can tell, this is not necessarily my style of fabrics. I tend to go for more of the brighter colors, and that's okay. I don't mind working with fabrics that aren't my favorite. This doesn't bother me at all. I can make an entire quilt in fabrics like this because it's the process of sewing that I enjoy. I don't necessarily have to have only my fabrics, right? We all have different tastes. These are the boxy pouches. I have quilted them, and they are quilted in that grid work. I did use a really good fabric thread that matches, so I got really lucky with that. For a person who doesn't use these types of fabrics, these colors, it was really great that I had threads that match. So these are the nice little zipper pouches. I still need to sew the lining because they're a different color, and I didn't want to use this red thread on the lining. So none of these have their lining sewn, but they were all made. Here's the small size. Then I made 2 of the mediums. And as I said, my friend chose all of her fabrics. She does a really good job. She sent the zippers and chose the fabrics, so everything matches nicely. Once again, I still did the crosshatch grid work on this for the quilting. I like that a lot for these. If I were to do lines, just straight lines, then I'd want to worry about matching them up. And even if going this way, then I'd worry about matching them on the back seam. When I do the cross hatching, it feels like I don't have to match them at all. Especially when it has it so that they're larger squares this time. It keeps them nice and soft, yet they're still firm enough to stand on their own. Here is another medium in a beautiful fabric. I believe I have sewn with this in little mini 2.5-inch charm squares. So that's a fun fabric. And then this one's my favorite. This is a nice autumn color. It has pumpkins and then all the different fruits and berries and stuff like that. And little acorns. And then this one has this fun fabric on the inside. I like how the inside is darker than the outside. It's a nice contrast. It's a little bit of a surprise when you get there. Once again, still all cross-hatched. Probably, I think I did a good 2-inch. I was practicing. I had a plastic ruler, just a little one that the kids get from school, a little 6-inch ruler. And I was practicing doing the quilting along the ruler edge and stuff like that. It was rather interesting, and I didn't think I would ever enjoy doing that, but I did have fun with it. So here are these 4 pouches. I still have 2 more pouches to make for her and 6 triangle bags. So that's going to be my project for tomorrow. And that's it on what I worked on in the craft room that I can remember this week. I did actually leave the house a couple times last week, so it does eat up a little bit of time when you go out. I don't know what it is you only need to do like a 5 or 10 minute errand, and the next thing you know, you're gone for 2-3 hours. Now I know this area, a lot of it takes time to just drive anywhere because the mileage distance isn't very far. It's just the time it takes to get from point A to point B, because there's always a ton of traffic in the areas. Parking isn't too bad most times, so that's pretty good. At least we don't always have to worry about parking. So let's see, what am I going to work on this week? I'm going to work on finishing those pouches. I need to get these different things put up into the shop. So this week seems to be more of an administrative week where I have little things that I've got to take care of. I got to update this. I got to go this online. You know, I got to put things in the shop. You know, it's all those little behind the scene things that seem to just eat up our time also. I will make sure that I have plenty of time to do a little bit of sewing and do a little bit of knitting and just enjoy my week. Now, as you're watching this on Wednesday the 23rd, today is mine and Rob's. It's been an emotional week for me this week. Today is our wedding anniversary. 23 years married, 29 years together. I am claiming it as a year this year. I don't care that he wasn't here for the whole year. I'm claiming it. Today's my wedding anniversary. And I've decided that today, everyone's like, you gotta leave the house, you gotta go out and do something. But you know what? Rob and I were pretty good just staying home. I don't feel like going out, so I'm not gonna go out. I plan on claiming Wednesday. I'm recording this on Monday. I plan on recording Wednesday as my day. I'm going to be totally selfish and just do whatever I want. I'm going to eat bad stuff. I'm going to sit around all day in my jammies if I want. And I'm going to be totally selfish. I'm going to only work on the projects that I want to work on. And just take a me day. My emotions seem to go like this. And it's totally expected, and I know. I seem to be on the every other week. Okay, so like last week, I was in a great mood and I had a good week. I thought about Rob all the time, of course, but I could control my emotions. Now this week, I just can't stop crying, which means next week, I'm going to be okay. So it's just one of those, it's just a roller coaster. It's only been a couple months, so it's to be expected. But don't worry, I'm doing okay. I'm actually okay. I'm just working through the process. Everything, you know, it's just a little bit of a process. It's an emotional thing, of course. I'm pretty good at being a crybaby, so, you know, no worries. Crying is like my superpower. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'm going to finish the week off at. I only have like one errand to run this week, so I don't have to worry about leaving the house. As I said, I'm not going to feel guilty anymore about staying home. Everyone's like, you've got to get out, you got to get out. But you know what? Why do I have to get out? I'm perfectly happy here. I'm not causing harm to anyone. My mental state is really good. It's just my emotional one that kind of, you know, like I said, it's a roller coaster. I'm taking care of the house and the animals and myself. Taking care of you guys, so I'm just going to stay home and do what I want. To heck with what anyone else thinks, right? Why do we always have to worry about what other people are thinking? I know one of the things I want to work on later on this week is, maybe I'll do that, I'll take that as my Thursday thing, and I want to cut a whole bunch of scrappy strips, the 2.5-inch strips, so I can get those. I mean, I can't call them jelly rolls because that's like a trademark thing from Moda, and I don't know, I'll come up with some type of a little, maybe we'll just call them scrappy rolls. I want to cut up a whole bunch of 2.5-inch strips and get those set up in the shop. So if anyone's interested in things like that, I'm going to go ahead and get that done for everyone. Plus it helps, you know, it helps me to have things in the shop, a nice variety. It helps you guys, if anyone who's looking for some scraps, because it can be hard to get a little bit of each kind of fabric. It can get very expensive if you want like a whole matching line, or if you only want a little bit. Like I have, you guys see my scraps, I have a variety of a lot of things. So it's kind of hard. It's something you have to build up over time. So if you're a new sewer and you want to do scrappy projects with us, it can be a little expensive to get all those different scraps. So I thought it'd be great if I could just help out. You guys can help me out and I can help you out, and I can clear up some fabric and bring some income into the house, and you guys can have some scraps to work on for your projects. I think that's a good balance. A nice, as they call it, win-win for us, so it's a good balance for both of us. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that this week and get those into the shop. Fridays, I like to take Fridays and just cut fabric. I like to cut out different things, like if I know I want to make a bunch of bags on the weekend. Weekends are for me. I like to just sew. Even if I'm sewing for the shop, I'm sewing what I choose to sew. It's not like I have to do something specific. If I have a custom order, it usually comes in earlier in the week for some reason, so I take care of that as soon as possible, so that on the weekends I can just sew a whole bunch of bags and just do whatever projects I want to work on. So Fridays, I kind of low-key day here in my house, and I cut out all the different bags and have them ready. I've told you guys before, I'm really into little baskets and bins, so I just stack them up. Like I have a stack of, these are drawstring bags, and I'll have a stack of, these are coin pouches. I kind of went a little crazy this week, and with the zipper pouches that I've been making, I'm kind of running, you saw my container zippers and it has a lot in there, but it's more of the really longer ones, so I'm kind of running out on some of the smaller ones, so I placed a little order with Zip It. Just a little one. 125 zipper little one. I think that's the biggest one I've ever placed. I usually only order like 10 to 25 zippers, but this time they had a nice sale going on, so I just went ahead and got the supplies I needed so that when I want to make different size bags, I'll have the zippers for them. I'll probably do a little unboxing of that over on my Patreon channel, and so if anyone just wants to see what 125 zippers look like when they get coming out of a box. I don't know about you guys, I don't watch a lot of unboxing videos, but some of the ones where the different craft supplies and stuff like that, and yarn and fabric, I really enjoy seeing those and seeing what other people choose and what is available out there. Because I'm not going out to the quilt shops. We only have one quilt shop and it's kind of a distance from here. So anything I do is, you're talking Walmart, Joann's, and Michael's. So I don't see all of those fun new fabric lines, but if I watch the unboxing videos online, it's really fun to see what other people are choosing versus something that I would choose. So I thought I'd put that little one up on Patreon so that we keep this channel kind of tutorials and WIP It Wednesdays, and then over there some of them, as I said, some of the videos are going to be for my patrons that actually support my channel, and other of them will be free. I will always let you guys know over here if it's one for my patrons or if it's one that you have to be a patron, or if you can see it for free by just going over there. You probably do need to sign up possibly. I'm not sure if you can watch it without being, you have to sign up at so many websites nowadays. It wouldn't surprise me if you had to sign up over there. I have had a few requests to ask if I had I think it's called a Ko-fi account. I linked it down below in the description. And what that is just another way to support the channel, is if you're hanging out with friends and you want to buy them a coffee. So for the price of a coffee, you can make a small donation to the channel. I know a lot of people either can't afford to or don't want to donate, and just by watching these videos and commenting, that really makes a big difference. And if you share these videos on your Facebook, your Instagram, friends and family, emails and whatnot, that makes a huge difference on this channel too. It shows YouTube that you guys are interested in what I'm doing, and then it'll suggest my channel and my videos to other people. And that's how we can draw new friends in to come and hang out with us. So anytime you watch a video from start to finish, if you like it, if you're subscribed, if you ring that little notification bell, and then if you share the video. So whatever combination works for you. I do enjoy seeing that subscriber count go up. I'm now over 15,000 subscribers, so that's amazing. Thank you guys so much for that. And then you can join me over on Patreon, and there's different tiers and you get different rewards. And for the most part, it's more for extra content, more talking, more personal videos. I just put up a video recently of just a little bit showing what's going on outside with the weather and showing my yard and my craft room and stuff like that. There's an adorable shot of Miss Whiskers who decided to join us. So you'll get things like that. You'll get extra tutorials or extended versions of tutorials that are already on this channel, and just random things that you might see there. But if you can't afford to do that, or you don't choose to do a monthly payment, as a one-time thing, you can go down below in that Ko-fi and you can just, I think it's $3.30. You can choose how many coffees you can buy. You can just buy one coffee, $3.30. There's no fees for you, and actually they just put it in my PayPal account without any fees there either. So you can say, I'm just going to buy one coffee, or you can buy 10 coffees, or anything in between, or nothing at all, because you never have to pay anything to watch my channel here on YouTube. As I said, just watching it is amazing. And for those of you that feel bad because you sent me comments and emails and stuff, and you never worry about having to financially support me here. It's just wonderful that you guys are watching it here on YouTube. And as I said, if you do those little things, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, they actually boost my channel, and that is a portion of my income. So that costs you nothing but your time and what you're going to be watching on YouTube anyway. Not to always end up with some type of a financial thing here and what you can do for me, but I do receive quite a bit of questions and inquiries about different ways that they can support me, whether it's, like I said, just by watching or a little extra financial. And anytime, even if you just go into my shop and look at my things, maybe share something. If you see this pouch and you think someone might enjoy this, share this on your Facebook. Those are simple things that you can do for free that doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time. And I greatly appreciate it. So now that I'm finishing up this video, I'm going to go ahead and start the next one so that you guys can see how to sew one of these pouches This one is going to be the fun one with the pumpkins on the back. I really like this fabric. Until I see you next, remember, always create with Scrapitude. Have a little fun. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye.